You ever caught your best friend acting a little differently around you? Maybe you've wondered if there's something more than friendship brewing beneath the surface. Today, we're diving into the 7 telltale signs that your best friend might actually have a crush on you. From subtle gestures to more obvious hints, we'll help you decode the signals and figure out what's really going on. Whether you're hopping for romance or just curious, understanding these signs can help you navigate your friendship with confidence. Let's get started and see if your bestie's feelings go beyond just being friends. One of the first signs to look out for is nervousness. If your best friend suddenly seems fidgety, stumbles over their words, or gets unusually shy when you're around, it could be a sign they have feelings for you. This nervous energy often shows up when someone is worried about making a good impression or is afraid of revealing their true emotions. You might notice them blushing, avoiding eye contact, or even laughing more than usual at your jokes. These subtle changes in behavior can be a big clue that your friendship is shifting into something deeper. If you noticed your best friend giving you more attention than usual, maybe they remember tiny details about your life or they go out of their way to make you feel special. This kind of focused attention is a classic sign of a crush. When someone likes you, they naturally want to know more about you and make you happy. They might surprise you with your favorite snack, check in on you when you're feeling down, or always be the first to respond to your messages. These thoughtful actions can reveal a deeper affection. Physical touch is another strong indicator that your best friend might have a crush on you. Pay attention to whether they find excuses to be close to you, like hugging you more often, touching your arm during conversations, or playfully bumping into you. These small gestures can be their way of expressing affection without saying a word. While some friends are naturally touchy, a noticeable increase in physical contact, especially if it feels more intimate or lingering, could mean their feelings are growing. Jealousy can be a big giveaway when it comes to hidden feelings. If your best friend seems uncomfortable or distant when you talk about other people you're interested in, or if they make jokes about your crushes, it could be a sign they wish they were the one you liked. Sometimes they might even try to steer conversations away from your romantic interests or act a bit possessive. This reaction is often subconscious, but it's a strong hint that their feelings for you go beyond friendship. Compliments are a sweet way to show someone you care, and if your best friend is suddenly showering you with praise, it might mean they see you in a new light. Maybe they compliment your appearance more often, notice when you change your hairstyle, or tell you how talented or funny you are. These compliments often go beyond what's typical for your friendship and can be a sign that they're hopping. You'll notice them too. Pay attention to the tone and frequency of their compliments, they might be dropping hints. Your best friend starts putting you first, even above other friends or commitments, it's a strong sign they might have a crush. They may rearrange their schedule to spend time with you, always make sure you're included in plans, or drop everything to help you out. This level of dedication often goes beyond what's expected in a typical friendship. If you notice your friend consistently making you their top priority, it could be their way of showing how much you mean to them. Eye contact can say a lot about how someone feels. If your best friend holds your gaze a little longer than usual, or if you catch them looking at you when they think you're not noticing, it could be a sign of deeper feelings. Lingering eye contact often signals attraction and interest. It's a subtle but powerful way people communicate their emotions without words. If you find your friend's eyes lingering on you, especially during quiet moments, it might be more than just friendship. Sharing inside jokes is a hallmark of close friendships, but if your best friend seems to create more private jokes or special moments just between the two of you, it could be a sign of a crush. These shared experiences help build a unique bond and can make you feel like you're in your own little world together. If your friend is always finding ways to make you laugh or referencing memories only the two of you share, it might be their way of deepening your connection. Best friend with a crush may become more protective of you. They might look out for you in social situations, defend you when others criticize, or check in to make sure you're okay. This protective instinct often comes from caring deeply about your well-being and wanting to be someone you can rely on. If your friend seems to go above and beyond to keep you safe and happy, it could be a sign that their feelings are more than platonic. If your best friend gets flustered easily around you, maybe they blush, stumble over their words, or seem at a loss for what to say, it could be a sign of hidden feelings. This kind of reaction is common when someone is nervous about revealing their emotions or is worried about how you'll respond. If you notice your friend acting a bit awkward or bashful, especially during one-on-one moments, it might be because they're crushing on you. Mirroring is when someone subconsciously copies your gestures, speech, or posture. If your best friend starts picking up your habits, using similar phrases, or even matching your energy, it could be a sign they're attracted to you. This behavior often happens naturally when someone feels a strong connection or wants to build rapport. If you notice your friend mirroring you more than usual, it might be their way of feeling closer to you. Does your best friend always seem to be there when you need them? If they're quick to respond to your calls or messages, or they drop what they're doing to help you out, it could be a sign of deeper feelings. Being consistently available shows that you're a priority in their life. This level of dedication often goes beyond what's expected in a typical friendship and can be a strong indicator of a crush. If your best friend remembers even the smallest details about your life, like your favorite food, the name of your childhood pet, or important dates, it could be a sign they're paying extra attention. People with a crush often make an effort to remember things that matter to you, hopping to show how much they care. This attention to detail can be a subtle but meaningful way of expressing affection. Have you noticed your best friend putting extra effort into their appearance when they know they'll see you? Dressing up or paying more attention to how they look can be a sign they want to impress you. This change might be subtle, like wearing your favorite color or trying a new hairstyle. If your friend seems to care more about their looks around you, it could be because they're hopping. You'll notice them in a new way. Playful teasing is a classic way people show affection. If your best friend jokes around with you more than with others, or if their teasing feels a bit flirty, it could be a sign they're interested. This kind of banter helps build a special connection and can be a way for your friend to test the waters without being too obvious. If their teasing is always lighthearted and makes you smile, it might be their way of showing they care. If your best friend is always looking for opportunities to spend time with you one-on-one, it could be a sign they want to deepen your connection. They might suggest hanging out just the two of you, or they may seem disappointed when others join in. Wanting alone time is often a way for someone to get closer and share more personal moments, which can be a clue that their feelings are growing. Best friend with a crush will often go out of their way to support your goals and dreams. They might encourage you to pursue your passions, celebrate your achievements, or help you through tough times. This kind of support shows that they care deeply about your happiness and want to see you succeed. If your friend is your biggest cheerleader, it could be a sign their feelings are more than just friendly. Sometimes a best friend with a crush might become quieter or more reserved when you're around. They could be overthinking what to say or worried about revealing their feelings. If your usually talkative friend suddenly seems shy or lost for words, it might be because they're feeling nervous about their emotions. This change in behavior can be a subtle sign that something more is going on. If your best friend is always finding reasons to text or message you, even about the smallest things, it could be a sign they want to stay connected. Whether it's sending you memes, checking in about your day, or starting random conversations, this constant communication often means they're thinking about you. If your friend initiates chats more than usual, it might be because they have a crush. Notice if your best friend acts a bit awkward after giving you a compliment. Maybe they quickly change the subject or seem embarrassed. This reaction can happen when someone is worried about revealing too much about their feelings. If your friend's compliments are followed by nervous laughter or a sudden shift in conversation, it could be a sign they're crushing on you. If your best friend often talks about future plans that include you, it could be a sign they're hopping for something more. They might mention trips you could take together, events you should attend, or even joke about what life would be like if you were a couple. These conversations can be their way of testing how you feel about the idea of being together. Jealousy isn't just about romantic interests. It can also show up when your best friend feels threatened by your other friendships. If they seem upset when you spend time with someone else or act distant when you talk about other friends, it could be a sign they want to be your number one. This possessiveness can be a clue that their feelings are deeper than just friendship. If giving can be a way to show affection, and if your best friend gives you thoughtful or meaningful presents, it might be a sign of a crush. These gifts don't have to be expensive. Sometimes it's the little things that count, like a favorite snack or a handmade note. If your friend puts extra thought into what they give you, it could be their way of expressing their feelings. Pay attention to how your best friend acts when you're in a group versus when you're alone together. If they seem more reserved or attentive to you in group settings, it could be a sign they're trying to hide their feelings from others. Sometimes, people with a crush act differently to avoid drawing attention to their emotions. Notice if your friend's behavior changes depending on who's around. If your best friend is always finding reasons to call you, even for small things, it could be a sign they want to hear your voice and stay connected. Whether it's asking for advice, sharing news, or just checking in, frequent calls can indicate that you're on their mind. This extra effort to communicate often points to deeper feelings. Trust is a big part of any friendship, but if your best friend starts sharing more personal secrets or opening up about their feelings, it could be a sign they want a deeper connection. Being vulnerable is often a way to build intimacy and show trust. If your friend confides in you more than anyone else, it might be because they see you as someone truly special. Sometimes, jealousy comes out in playful ways. If your best friend jokes about other people liking you or teases you about your crushes, it could be their way of expressing their own feelings. This kind of playful jealousy is often lighthearted but can reveal a lot about what's going on beneath the surface. If your best friend goes out of their way to impress you, maybe by showing off their talents, telling funny stories, or trying new things, it could be a sign they want your attention. This desire to stand out is common when someone has a crush. If you notice your friend putting in extra effort to make you notice them, it might be more than just friendship. Best friend with a crush will often remember your likes and dislikes, from your favorite coffee order to the kind of movies you enjoy. This attention to your preferences shows they're paying close attention and want to make you happy. If your friend always seems to know what you want, it could be a sign of deeper feelings. If your best friend seems extra concerned about what you think, maybe they ask for your opinion on everything or seem worried about disappointing you, it could be a sign they care deeply about your approval. This nervousness often comes from wanting to impress you and hoping you see them in a positive light. Physical touch can be a powerful way to show affection. If your best friend initiates hugs, high fives, or playful touches more often, it could be a sign they want to be closer to you. This kind of contact often feels more meaningful when it comes from someone with a crush. If your best friend is curious about your love life or asks about your relationship status, it could be a sign they're interested in being more than friends. They might ask subtle questions or bring up the topic in conversation to see if you're available. This curiosity often comes from wanting to know if they have a chance. If your best friend gets visibly flustered or embarrassed when you compliment them, it could be a sign they have a crush. This reaction often happens when someone is not used to receiving praise from someone they like, and it can be a cute giveaway of their feelings. If your best friend suggests spending holidays or special occasions together, it could be a sign they want to create meaningful memories with you. These invitations often mean they see you as more than just a friend and want to share important moments in their life with you. If your best friend seems more nervous or awkward when you're alone together compared to when you're with others, it could be a sign of a crush. This nervousness often comes from being more aware of their feelings and worrying about how to act around you. If you hear from mutual friends that your best friend talks about you a lot, it could be a sign they have a crush. People often can't help but mention the person they like, whether it's sharing stories or saying positive things. If your friend's name comes up often in conversations, it might mean you're on their mind. Making you laugh is a way for your best friend to connect and create happy memories. If they go out of their way to cheer you up or tell jokes just to see you smile, it could be a sign they want to be more than friends. Laughter is a powerful way to build intimacy and show affection. If your best friend gets defensive or tries to change the subject when someone teases them about liking you, it could be a sign they're hiding their feelings. This reaction often comes from embarrassment or fear of being found out. If your friend is quick to deny or avoid the topic, it might mean there's some truth to the rumors. A best friend with a crush will often go out of their way to help you, whether it's with schoolwork, errands, or personal problems. This willingness to support you shows they care deeply about your happiness and want to be someone you can rely on. If your best friend seems shy or hesitant about showing affection, it could be a sign they're worried about revealing their feelings. Maybe they start to hug you, then pull back or seem unsure about how to act. This shyness can be a clue that their emotions are stronger than they let on. If your best friend invites you to try new things together or wants to share special experiences, it could be a sign they want to build memories with you. This desire to create shared moments often comes from wanting a deeper connection and can be a hint of romantic interest. If your best friend seems anxious or hesitant when the topic of feelings comes up, it could be a sign they're thinking about confessing. They might act nervous, avoid eye contact, or change the subject. This anxiety often means they're wrestling with whether or not to tell you how they really feel. Crush is an intense, but usually short-lived feeling of admiration or infatuation for someone. In the context of friendship, a crush can develop when one person starts to see their friend in a romantic light. This can lead to a mix of excitement, nervousness, and confusion as they navigate their changing emotions. Recognizing the signs of a crush can help both people understand what's happening and decide how to move forward, whether that means exploring a relationship or maintaining the friendship. Now that you know the 7 signs your best friend might have a crush on you, you can look for these clues in your own friendship. Remember, every relationship is unique, and these signs aren't always a guarantee of romantic feelings. The most important thing is to communicate openly and honestly with your friend. Whether you're hopping for romance or just want to keep your friendship strong, understanding each other's feelings can help you both move forward with confidence and care.